I am not one of the excellent Spanish-speaking gringos that we have in our company, unfortunately. We do have a lot of Spanish speakers though, don't we?
Sí.
I love it. I think it shows how important Latin America is to our business, including our owner, Lorena. Mary Young, we absolutely love her. That is her, we all call her Lorena. That's in Espanol, right? So you can see how much you're a part of our company. I want to give also a special shout out to our company president, Mr. Jared Turner. An excellent Spanish speaker, a Renaissance man, and he flew in the red-eye this morning, got here at 5 a.m. And here he is, he's bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, but I think we could show him a little bit more love. Can you help me show Jared some love? I have in my hand a Journey On, one of our most complex, beautiful oils that we launched today, and it goes to the first person who gives Jared Turner a kiss on the cheek. It can be a man too. It can be a man too. I'm giving it to this lady right here because Lynn's wearing what she did. Here you go. Here's your. All right, and then Stephen, if you want to give him a kiss, I've actually got a. I've got a sacred sandalwood. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's the love we need to feel here. Yeah, there you go. He asked me to do that, by the way. Jared requested that from me. So I'm going to be very quick because I know we have a lot on and we're running on Mexican time right now. So I've got some things I want to say though about global sales. We are doing so incredibly well as a company. And when I look at where we are as a business, I feel like what I see is opportunity. And what does opportunity look like? There's a story, one of my favorites, of a couple of saleswomen who went to a new country, a place they'd never been before. And they turn up and they look at the locals and they see no one is wearing shoes. And the first woman writes back to her family and she said, her company, and she says, I don't know why I'm here. These people don't even wear shoes. I'm trying to sell shoes to people who don't even know what shoes are. The second woman writes and says, send me every shoe you have. They don't even have them. They don't even have shoes here. That's opportunity. And I feel like when I look at Latinoamerica, that we have so much opportunity. I had the pleasure of starting my Young Living journey in 1998 when I worked in our warehouse. Here's a picture of when it was set up. Our warehouse in the Payson Middle School, where I went to middle school and I went back and worked in the warehouse. And I'll be honest, at that time there were six of us on the pick line. You know, we had 4 of us that would pick products. One would weigh and check and make sure it was correct. One would tape and then put it on the pallet. 6. Today we employ hundreds of people just in the United States, not to mention Mexico. 6 people couldn't service Mexico. They almost couldn't service Ecuador. That's how small we were at that time. And because I'm not, unfortunately, the visionary that is Gary Young, I didn't realize what we were going to become. I should have just stayed, Mary. I should have just stayed. But I went and I had my adventures and fortunately was able to come back. I feel like I've come back home. But that's opportunity. Seeing that, and I asked Gary about a year and a half ago, I said, Gary, when it was 1998 and we were handwriting labels and things were tight, did you realize this would become what it is today? And he said, with a twinkle in his eye, he said, I sure did, but this is just the beginning. He said, what you see today is still just the beginning. And I take him at his word because he saw it in 1998, he saw it in 2016. And I think especially in this area, we are particularly blessed. When it comes to recognizing opportunity, I want you to think about a few things. This is actually from a venture capitalist, someone who professionally recognizes and finds opportunities in business. And he gave these four things that are important when trying to spot or recognize an opportunity. As I talk about these things, I hope that you'll think about, does this fit my business? Does this actually resonate or make sense with where I am today? The first thing is, it's never perfect. So there's no such thing as a perfect opportunity. You might like to have it come to you with a bow, but there's a lot of work required, a lot of hard yards. Those of you in markets that we're not actually open right now, I'm looking at my Guatemalan friends who are doing some hard yards right now. And this opportunity right now is not perfect, but it's a great opportunity. And you realize that it doesn't have to be perfect for it to be great. The second one is the tools of today are how you build your future. We often think, oh, we need to have the tools of tomorrow to get to the future. It's actually the tools of today that help us build it. So you start where you stand. You start with the tools and the opportunity you have today and make the most of it. When you use the tools of today, then you build a business like the Morenos did. Through using the tools that are available today, not waiting for what's coming in the future, some kind of silver bullet that's going to fix your problems. What is this in English?
Learn from your mistakes. Learn from your mistakes.
Learn from your failures. So this is so important in our business because we don't, I've never seen a comprehensive manual that says this is how you build a business. And even if we did it probably wouldn't work for you because this business is so personal. Your business is it's as much unique as your fingerprint. You build it your way, you leverage your talents. And so you have to realize that there is no manual, you learn as you go. And the best thing you can do is open your mouth and try. Too often we think, well, if I can just give a perfect presentation, then I can go out and I can share with everyone and everyone will join. The perfect presentation doesn't exist. And you can be a lot more effective just by opening your mouth, taking a risk, and saying something. That's how our business is ultimately built. And it's...
time is everything. Time is everything.
Time is everything, thank you. Oh, I actually have my notes, I just noticed. Time is everything. So, I was just testing you guys, making sure you knew. So timing is everything. Is the time right for us right now?
See.
Absolutely, the time is right for us right now. There's never been a better time to be a part of Young Living. So I want to talk really quickly about some of the exciting things we have happening around the world. So in the United States and Canada, North America, we have this year, I think I can safely say, we are the largest network marketing company in the US and Canada. That's amazing. We've outstripped companies that have been there for 40 plus years. It's our largest market and we're the largest one in that space. And it's still a great opportunity to be building in North America. Asia Pacific is exploding. We just opened mainland China.
Wow.
So one thing I'd like to share is that before we opened China, we were available in 20% of the world's homes, meaning we were open and accessible to 20% of the world's population. With China, we nearly doubled that to 40. It's actually 38, and then 2% more we are going to realize next month when we open the Philippines. So Asia Pacific is dynamic, it's growing, it's our second largest region. Next we have Europe. We're growing at 55% in Europe. This is the fastest I've ever seen a company grow in Europe. We continue to have so many opportunities to expand into more markets into the EU and make it easier for our European members. But the region I want to highlight most of all is where? Latin America. And why Latin America? This is our fastest growing. You know that, right? You are our fastest growing region. And we talk about timing, we are just getting started. We're in 2 countries. 2. Out of how many? 33. You can see here the growth. Manuel, Travis talked about the growth that we're seeing in Latin America. It's off the charts. So that gray line is where we thought we would be, and we were pretty optimistic. The blue line is where we were last year. You see how well we're doing in Latin America? Are you doing this well? That's the point. These graphs are fine, but it's you that matters. Is your business growing? Are you seeing this opportunity? So, as I mentioned before, Latin America, we have 33 countries and 626 million people. You know that's larger than the US and Canada? That's more people than Europe. And we fully expect and believe that South America should be larger than North America. Should be larger than Europe. And with the growth rates we're seeing, that's going to happen. If you look at the top 20 largest markets in direct sales, we have a number of those here in Latin America. Brazil is number 6. Mexico, number 7. Colombia, 14. Yes, we have 2 Colombians. Argentina and Peru. So in the next year, and I'm not going to steal thunder from our company president because he has some exciting news for you tomorrow, but we will be opening in 2019 the following markets. Number 6, Brazil. And number 14, Colombia. While at the same time making sure that it's easier than ever to get Young Living essential oils in your market. So I hope that you're seeing this opportunity. I wanted to highlight, Gabby asked me to come and talk about our global progress. We're doing so well around the world, but nowhere more so than Latin America. And you should be proud and excited about this opportunity. And that's really the point I want to kind of end on. And that is, if you want to be like Gary, you have to see the future. You have to look forward. If there's one thing I learned is that the problem most of us have is when we look too close to where we are today, we see obstacles, challenges. What Gary always did is he looked down the road. He looked at the future and made that future crystal clear, the vision casting. And we would spend hours at a time sitting and listening to Gary talk about what the future would look like. And for him that was important because that was how we knew how to get there. You see, you have to see the future first. And if you look too much at what's in front of you, you get distracted by the obstacles, the challenges that will get in your way. Of course there are going to be obstacles. Of course it's going to be hard. But by seeing the future, that's how you actually get there. So, really quickly, I'd like you to close your eyes. Close your eyes. Transport yourself to 5 years from now. In 5 years' time, we have opened 25 new markets, at least close to 10 of which will be in Latin America. We'll have 5 million more homes in which we'll have Young Living essential oils. We'll have 25 at least corporate farms. We will have empowered and touched 5 times more people through the foundation. We'll be a zero-waste company. We'll be taking care of, in a very real way, our Mother Earth. But I want you to think about yourself 5 years from now at the Latin American Convention. Where are you? What color is your lanyard? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What's transpired from the time that I talked to you today to that 5 years from now? I want you to see yourself, what you're wearing, how you're feeling, the essential oil you're using for your fragrance, all of it. And I want you to hold on to that image. And you can open your eyes. But do not forget that image, because that's how you're going to get there. You have to see it first. If you don't see yourself as a Royal Crown Diamond, you will never be a Royal Crown Diamond. If you can't put yourself in that place, as you see, we celebrate our diamonds, our Crown Diamonds, our Royal Crown Diamonds, and say, I can do that, that is me. Just in the future, you can't find your way there. One of my favorite stories is from Alice in Wonderland. And Alice is lost in the woods, and she sees the mischievous Cheshire Cat. And she says, oh, please, can you help me? I don't know where to go. And the cat responds, well, it depends on where you'd like to get to. And she says, well, I don't particularly know. And the cat says, in that case, it doesn't matter. That's the point. If you don't know where you're going, in 5 years from now, we can't stop the flow of time. It's coming. And we will be somewhere 5 years from now. If we don't know where that is, we'll end up somewhere. But it's not going to be where you want to be. Know where you're going and you can chart the path and know exactly how to get there. And the opportunity is there. As we have 5 million new members in the next 5 years, how many of those are yours? How many can you have in your team? And that determination is determined by your decision today. Make the decision to be there. Make the decision to see your future, and I promise you it will become a reality. We are so excited for where we're going as a company. We appreciate each and every one of you. You're the ones who are making it happen, the pioneers. And in 5 years' time, we'll be here celebrating you, your business, your achievements. Thanks for being a part of Young Living, and enjoy the rest of the convention.
Wow.
Ahora escucharemos a la directora global de cadena de suministros, por ustedes, Lauren Walker.
Hola, Mexico! Hello! I am Lauren Walker, and I'm so thrilled to be with you here today. I'm responsible for global supply chain, and that includes things like manufacturing, sourcing, shipping, distribution, again, how we obtain our oils, and it's so exciting. We have a powerful team back in Utah, and they spread their wings around the world to do what they do to serve you, provide the purest possible oils on our planet. So seed to seal, we've all heard of seed to seal because it is the foundation for what Young Living does, providing pure essential oils to the globe. And Gabby spent a lot of time establishing what this means to us, the principles and the practices that make us do what we do every single day within a corporate environment and how we do our work to supply you. So we have 3 pillars that you're probably all familiar with. And I'm responsible for the sourcing pillar. The sourcing pillar is all about finding the purest possible oils on the planet. It's about how we authenticate the seeds, making sure we don't use any GMO seeds, making sure we ensure the species is the right species that we want to supply to you. It's about how we harvest, how we distill out our oils, and how we get it shipped to you. There's 2 other pillars that are part of that. There's also the science pillar, and Dr. Boop talked all about that. And there's no one in the world that replicates what Young Living does when it comes to quality standards for our oil. We are #1. And the hard work that he does and his team does proves it to you every single day. And then the 3rd pillar is all about standards. It is making sure that we do things within compliance, we follow the laws, not just within the United States,